Okay, so as some of you are probably aware, because most of you are my friends, I live in Florida. And for those of you out there who aren't aware of this particular climate, it rains. A lot. Like, a lot. A lot. And I'm not talking about just your rinky-dink nimbostratus clouds, I'm talking about a daily severe thunderstorm at the minimum, as well as at least one tropical storm and or hurricane every year, especially during the summer. Which brings me to the story I have for you today, and what is also one of the most terrifying things I've ever done. So, just a couple of weeks ago, it seemed like a pretty average Florida summer day. That is to say, it was about as hot and humid as the inside of a broccoli steamer. And, just like any other day, and kinda like a broccoli steamer, a thunderstorm was brewing on the horizon. At first, I thought nothing of this. Floridians are typically desensitized to thunder and lightning, so they just go about their days. But anyways, I just continued to work on my last animation, when, seemingly out of nowhere, my dad starts to flip out. The kayak is floating away. The kayak is floating away! Keep in mind, we Floridians are typically pretty well equipped for storms. This includes, of course, tying down any and all things that we might be storing on docks. So usually, the kayaks were securely stored against a wall on the dock, tied with a bungee cord. However, as we soon figured out, my brother and his friends had recently taken the kayak out for a spin. And can you guess what they did?
They securely tied the kayak to the dock?
Yep!
Oh, thank God.
Just kidding, they didn't. You freaking moron. So that brings it back to my dad, who is currently Naruto sprinting to the dock. Now, I know we seem like we're in a bit of a pickle right now, but don't worry. There is a solution. You see, we own this nifty thing called a jet ski. It looks like this. And my dad and I each sort of know how it works, but my brother doesn't. So our options are as follows. Either we leave the kayak alone and let it do its own kayaky thing for the rest of eternity, or we could go after it in the jet ski. Now, let me remind you, there is currently a thunderstorm rapidly approaching with winds strong enough to knock a kayak off of a dock. So, which option do you think we chose? Vote now on your phones! Stop that, I'm gonna tell you. Chances are you read the title, so you probably already know what we're gonna do. We're gonna go after it. Yeah, my family doesn't exactly challenge the whole Florida man did something stupid stereotype. Now, in my defense, I have valiantly expressed that I believe this to be unwise. However, my brother had already started to lower the lift of the jet ski. So, defeated, I got on with him. I actually thought that I should have been the one to drive it because I actually knew how to drive the thing, but he wouldn't budge and I wasn't willing to fight. We had a helpless kayak in need of our assistance and I couldn't let him go alone. So, we went after it, and to my surprise, things actually went pretty smoothly on the way to it. Once we got there, the kayak proved a little difficult to grab onto, and my brother decides in a moment of pure genius that our best option would be to push the kayak with the jet ski. Let me reiterate. He wanted to push it with the jet ski. And I gotta admit, that made me a little bit cranky. Hey, it's literally storming. Don't you think it would be better if we just went by its side and grabbed it that way? Oh yeah, okay. So I grabbed the kayak and then began our journey back. It was long and arduous. Our capsule almost capsized into the heads of white, but alas, we made it back to the lift. There was some trouble getting in though. So, we survived, and we got the kayak back. But I was kinda salty about it. I'm still really salty about it. Here's some pictures. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching. This took forever to make. School got started up, so everything's moving like 3 times slower. Anyways, I would really appreciate it if you just left a like, left a comment, subscribed, turn on those notifications, become part of my notification squad. It would be nice. It'd be fun. I love you all, and that would be a fun thing to do. Also, if you don't mind, because these videos take a little while to make, I'd appreciate it if you shared it with all your friends. Just a little. You don't have to. You never have to do any of this. But just know, I would greatly appreciate it. Hydrate your seat brush.